children, welcome back to English online class. The previous class we have learned the supplementary reader, the envious neighbor till the pet dog's death. Today let's continue the lesson. That night, when the good old man was fast asleep in bed, the dog appeared to him and, after thanking him for all his kindness, said, "Cause the pine tree under which I am buried to be cut down and made into a mortar and use of it, thinking of it as if it were myself." Here, mortar means a bowl which is used to crunching and grinding. The dog appeared in the old man's dream. It said that the pine tree where the dog was buried to be cut down and made into a mortar and use it. The dog told the old man to think the mortar as if it were the dog. Mortar is used for crunching and grinding. The old man did as the dog had told him to do and made a mortar out of the wood of the pine tree, but when he ground his rice in it, each grain of rice turned into some rich treasure. When the wicked old couple saw this, they came to borrow the mortar, but no sooner did they try to use it, all their rice turned into filth. So, in a fit of rage, they broke the mortar and burnt it. But the good old man, little suspecting that his precious mortar had been broken and burnt, wondered why his neighbors did not bring it back to him. The old man cut the pine tree and he made a mortar. When he ground his rice in it, each grain of rice turned into some rich treasure. When the old couple saw this, they borrowed the mortar. When they used, the whole rice turned into filth. So they broke it and burnt. The old man wondered why his neighbors did not bring it back to him. One night, the dog appeared to him again in a dream and told him what had happened, adding that if he would take the ashes of the burnt mortar and sprinkle them on withered trees, the trees would revive and suddenly put out flowers. After saying this, the dream vanished, and the old man, who heard the first time of loss of his mortar, ran out weeping to the neighbor's house and begged them at any rate to give him back the ashes of his treasure. Having obtained it, he returned home and made a trial of their virtues upon a withered cherry tree, which, upon being touched by the ashes, immediately began to sprout and blossom. When he saw this wonderful effect, he put the ashes into a basket and went about the country, announcing himself as an old man who had the power of bringing dead trees to life again. Again, the dog appeared in the old man's dream and told him to sprinkle the ashes of the burnt mortar on the withered trees. The old man went to the jealous neighbor's house and got the ashes of the mortar, and he tried it. What a surprise! The withered trees bloomed flowers. He put the ashes into a basket and went about the country. He told the people that he had the power of bring dead trees to life again. A certain prince, hearing of this and thinking it a mighty strange thing, sent for the old fellow, who showed his power by causing all the withered plum and cherry trees to shoot out and put forth flowers. So the prince gave him a rich reward of piece of silk and cloth and other presents and sent him home rejoicing. Having heard this, the prince called the old man. The old man showed his power. The dead trees, plum and cherries bloomed flowers. The prince gave him good rewards. He went home very happily. But when he climbed up into a withered tree and began to scatter the ashes, not a bud of flower appeared, but the ashes all flew into the prince's eyes and mouth, blinding and choking him. When the prince's retainers saw this, they seized the old man and beat him almost to death, so that he travelled off home in a very sorry plight. When he and his wife found out what a trap they had fallen into, they scolded themselves. Here, retainers means gods. The neighbor climbed up the withered tree and he scattered the ashes, but there was no flowers appeared. All ashes flew into the prince's eyes and mouth. The retainers beat him nicely almost to death. He crawled off home. The concluding lines. The good old man and woman, as soon as they heard of their neighbor's distress, sent for them and after reproving them for their greed and cruelty, gave them a share of their own riches, which by repeated strokes of luck had now increased to a goodly sum. So the wicked old people mended their ways and led good and virtuous lives even after. Dear children, from this story we have to know we should not be greedy. Don't be envious, but be kind to all.